Hi there. Welcome to this video on RPA by WORKATO. Today we are going to talk about multi-factor authentication and time-based one-time passwords. So very often in web automation, when authenticating with the web app, besides username and password, we need the time-based one-time password, which is usually done through mobile phones using some of the authenticator apps, such as Google Authenticator, Microsoft Salesforce, and others. So the question becomes, if we are doing web automation, how can we actually automate this step? Because if the user is required for each time to go to their mobile phone, this is not a good option for the automation. RPA by WORKATO has this capability, and we can automate the entering of time-based one-time password. In order to do that, we first need to reset the MFA for the application that we intend to authenticate. So in this example, I'm going to show it on SAP Concur, where I have the MFA previously set up. But I want to reset the MFA, so I gave the instruction that I want to reset the MFA. And then what I want to do is capture the setup key. So I want to copy that because this will be needed for the bot. The wording here could be different for different apps. Like, for example, this one is for the Microsoft 365. So it might be called like a secret key, setup key, or something like that. So you want to make sure that you capture this one because this will be needed for the bot. So let me just quickly add this QR code to my Google Authenticator so that we finish the reset of the MFA. We'll just type the codes. And I have reset my MFA. And now I'm logged into the SAP Concur. So let's log out of this because I don't need it anymore. And let's switch to RPA by WORKATO. So now I'm designing a process, and the way we can get the time-based one-time password, there is a specific step called fetch token for MFA that we can add to our process. We need to select which authenticator app we are using. We support Microsoft, Google, and Salesforce at this point. And since I use Google, I will put in the Google, and then I just need to copy the key that was presented to me on the page. As an output, I will get the time-based one-time password, so I need to store that in a variable. And then also if timeout happens, I want to store that in a variable. So now I have this step set up, and just to show that it works, we will use the display message step, which shows a pop-up in the process, and we are just gonna show the time-based one-time password that we have from the Google Authenticator. So I'm saving the process, and let's run it. And you can see that we have the 6-digit time-based one-time password, and we can use this variable now to actually input it when we come to this step of web automation. So let's, for now, I'm going to delete this step, and we are going to disable this step. And let's do the web automation. So let's use the open web browser step. If you're unfamiliar with this, the first video in this playlist actually shows how to do the web automation, so make sure you watch that. So let's use the Chrome browser, and we want to automate the Concur app. So let's just copy that URL, and let's record this automation. So we'll wait for the recorder to start. And then we can start with the automation steps. So yeah, I'm going to accept all the cookies. I'm going to input my username. I need my password, just a second. Sign in with the SAP Concur password. I'm going to click next. Now I'm going to put the hard-coded value of the one-time password, but we are going to replace this with a variable. Okay, so we are in the system. We can close the recording. We have all the steps captured. Let's copy all the steps to our process. And so this is the place where we need to input our time-based one-time password. So let's enable this step, and let's just to make it so that the token is fetched just before we need to enter it. Let's place it just before the step. And then instead of hard-coded value, we are going to replace it with the variable that's going to be entered on that place. And let's put a pause step here so that we just observe that the application, that the automation logs in successfully. So let's just run the process, and let's see how the bot will actually do the web automation. So we have the entering of the username, and then let's do the password, and you can see that the one-time password has been entered and that the bot has logged into the application. So our system, our process is working, and with this with this approach we can actually automate even the multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication can sometimes work in different ways. For example, it can also be an email-based one-time password, or it can be a temporary email link for login. With this kind of authentication, instead of using the fetch token step, what we can do is that we have a receive email step where we can actually configure reading an email from an email server, and we can filter the email by the sender or the subject, and then we can actually parse the text of the email and extract the link or the code that needs to be entered in the application. So what you see in my demo is that I've used my account when I was logging into the application. That can be used for development purposes, but when designing for production processes, what would be a good practice is that that you create a service account in the app that you are going to automate. So instead of using Darko's account, the best practice would be to create a robot account that has access to SAP Concur or the app that you want to automate, because then in production it's easier to manage, and then it's not also linked to my personal name. So this is it. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.